Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be trying a new challenge, following the instructions on this step-by-step guide on how to draw horses by Lee James Ames. I don't know about you guys, but these kinds of art books, specifically by Mr. Ames, has been a staple in my art journey as a child. There have been so many different kinds. In fact, the back of this book has a categorized list. You can get airplanes, aircraft,
spaceships, aliens, animals, animal tunes, athletes, beasts and uggies, birds, boats, buildings, cars, cats, creepy crawlies.
While this book regularly retails for $8.95 or $8.69 if you buy it on Amazon, I paid a whopping 25 cents. This was on the clearance rack at my local library and I saw it and I snagged it because it's memories. I don't even think this book has been used because it's like, you know that crunchiness of when you open a book for the first time? This has got the crunchiness, so 25 cents for a brand new book is a pretty good deal. As you guys can see, the method that Mr. Ames uses to teach is a kind of what I would consider a robotic draw, which means draw this line, this line, this line, this line, this line, and boom, you end up with this. What I'm going to do is pick one of these horses to start, and I have to try to follow the instructions as closely as possible. As the book progresses, I can see it gets a little bit more challenging. So the front of the book starts off with your basic designs and shapes, and then as it goes, it gets a lot more advanced, which I think is awesome for an art book. This is not sponsored, obviously, because I purchased this book at my local library, but I do appreciate this art teacher. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a couple of different choices and then ask people over on Instagram which one I should draw. So let's go ahead and ask. Let's take some photos first. I like this little baby horse. The standing side view, a rearing horse, and then we'll have one more. Put this jumping horse here. There we go. Now I'm gonna see what you guys think. Not sponsored. Asked you guys, and it looks like for the most part, number 4 went out. I can't remember which one number 4 was, so it's this one. Oh, sorry. This one right here, horse running away. Try to make it look like each one of these. So the first thing I'm going to do is use a brown Cool Erase color pencil. This one is actually terracotta, but it's the browniest one I got. So here is step number 1, which is a circle shape here, and then a conglomeration of like half circle shapes. So let's see how well I can do this. Is my first attempt at this shaping here. What's challenging is you don't know exactly what these shapes, I mean, just by looking at this, you don't know what these shapes are supposed to be with. As you look through the steps, you can begin to see, okay, so this shape is actually this shoulder line, and this here is kind of the rounding of the haunches, and so you have to kind of look at the whole piece as you're working with it if you want to know what each piece is. But moving on, now we're going to add in the neck and the beginning parts of the leg. Okay, there we go. So I have his beginning legs. I particularly like the little circle on the top of his head, which I think will be the guide for how the ears are going to go. And then the little hind legs are coming out here. It's starting to take a little bit more of a shape, but let's move on to step number 4. So a lot more bits and bobs with the face, and then adding in the hind legs here, which I find this really helpful to kind of get the actual blocking of the different sides of the leg. I like that technique. Moving on to step number 4. As we can see, a lot more detail in the hooves, and I do like how this design makes you really get that indentation under, is it the fetlock, I believe, over here? Fetlock, yeah, that's the forelock, that's the fetlock, okay. All right, moving on to step number 5. You can see mainly these last ones are finishing up the hooves and then just putting some indication lines as to where to look for muscle structure. Though in the actual finished piece, they don't really, they have a little bit more of indentation lines, but it doesn't go into great detail like here, defining that out. So I don't know what the purpose of these were because he didn't use those in any of the shadowing things. But I suppose if you wanted to get into more shadowing, then these would be some helpful muscle lines. So now I'm going to switch to a darker pencil and finish up the drawing as best as I can. Well, here's the comparison between the two drawings. So what did I learn from doing this drawing? I really appreciated the detail put into the legs and how it really made me focus on getting the nice thinness of their ankles in there. And also I like the challenge of being able to do a 3/4 horse running kind of away from you. I think this leg is a little bit higher than mine. But again, that's kind of the side effect from doing this step drawing, is that you're not able to auto-correct. If you're doing this as a gesture drawing and drawing it out really quickly, then you can kind of begin to see your negative space between in here and go, my negative space isn't right. Where if you're just trying to follow those lines, you may not notice that that angle is wrong here until you get down to here, and by that time you're focused on other things. So there is definite pluses and minuses to drawing in this method. But let's try something else. I have another art book that I bought quite a while ago on how to draw Disney fairies, and let's try a drawing on my favorite Tinkerbell. Just a little bit of a white shine on her eyes just to give her a little bit of life. And there we go. Again, another fun draw. It was fun to kind of see how they put things together. Do I think these step-by-step books are good for people? If it encourages you to get out and start drawing more, giving you the confidence to try something new, then definitely wonderful thing. You can either pick these kind of books up at your local bookstore, or most libraries generally have quite a few of these selections. The one thing I will caution you is not to stay with these. And you don't want to get into that mindset where you just want to copy things. think about how she would look with a different expression. If her hair was a different way, how would you draw Tinkerbell if she had her hair straight down? If her head was turned around, if she was looking the other direction, or maybe her hands were up covering part of her face, how would you draw that? Same thing with this horse. What if I wanted this horse to be running at a slightly different angle, or his legs tucked in at a different position? Begin to push yourself to think outside the box. Don't be afraid to draw something, change it, and make a mistake, because that's how you're learning. But whatever you do, whether it's books or watching other people draw, that's ultimately the biggest thing, is that you are doing some sort of art. And I would love to hear how you guys practice your art, whether you do it through books or tutorial videos. Maybe you're a Bob Ross kind of fan. I wonder if I should follow a Bob Ross tutorial. Let me know in the comment section below if that's something that you'd like to see me try. And if you're brand new to my channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button so that you don't miss out on any future videos like that possible video sometime in the future. A big thanks to everyone who has been subscribing, commenting, sharing, liking my videos. It really helps my channel out, so thank you for being a YouTube all-star. If you enjoyed this video, you might like to check out some of these other videos. And as always, God bless you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. And until next time, keep practicing, keep arting, and we'll see you in another art video. Bye-bye.